Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Julia. I'm a hypnotherapist and a spiritual coach, and today I am talking in depth about twin flames and soulmates. So the topics for today's video are: what are twin flames? What is the difference between twin flames and soulmates? What are the signs that you met your twin flame? And lastly, important conclusions and movie recommendations on this topic. So let's dive right in. What is a twin flame? A twin flame, also known as a twin soul, is someone with whom you share not only a physical and emotional bond, but also a soulful and a spiritual one. Twin flames are our mirrors, reflecting all of our hidden fears and shadows, all of our strengths and weaknesses, as well as our true inner beauty. In this way, our twin flames allow us to experience incredible emotional, psychological, and spiritual growth. The concept of twin souls is not new. It was described by Plato 2,500 years ago, and he says something along those lines: when one of them meets the other half, the actual half of himself, the pair is lost in amazement of love and friendship and intimacy, and one will not be out of the other side even for a moment. And Plato is not the only person who has shed light on twin soul relationships. Spiritual teachings from 800 years ago claim that out of the original unity of being, there is a fragmentation and dispersal of beings, the last stage being the splitting of one twin soul into two. And consequently, love is the search by each half for the other half on earth or in heaven. Because twin souls are so alike, it appears that they must go their separate ways before they can complete each other. If you have seen my video on past life regressions, where I explain in depth about it, and you can find it right here, you already know how much I admire Dr. Brian Weiss's work, and he is a well-known psychiatrist and past life therapist. In his book, Only Love is Real, he describes how after starting to treat two new patients, he discovered that despite the fact that they never met before in this life, the patients describe the same past lives in stunning detail and with strong emotion. Their shared history unfolded in Brian Weiss's office, and they seem to have loved each other across the times. It's a very interesting book, and I highly recommend it. Brian Weiss relates this amazing narrative of their love in this compelling book and says that every one of us has a twin flame whom we have loved in previous lives and who is waiting to reunite with us in this life. He also thinks that we have a twin flame, but it's not always necessary that they are in a body at the same time. This isn't to say that any other types of relationships are not important for growth and learning, and this is the point where the term soulmates comes into play, and in a moment I will explain the difference between twin flames and soulmates, because it seems to be quite a confusion between these two. According to Brian Weiss, having a twin soul connection does not imply that you must spend the rest of your life with that person. In one's lifetime, one can meet a lot of soulmates. When the relationship's lessons have been learned, the relationship usually comes to a natural end, and the two souls move on. All of these writings on twin souls support the idea that twin souls were separated at some point, at some time in the distant past. And since then, we appear to have lost our way in this physical universe, in this physical world, and we are attempting to recall who we truly are and to reconnect with our other half of the soul. When we do, we will be able to pick up where we left off on our cosmic journey. You and your twin flame most certainly met in past lives and may have met again during this one. However, if one or both of you were not spiritually evolved and ready at the time, the experience would have been intense, with a strong intimacy, but it would have been short-lived. When twin flames are ready to reunite, the universe will facilitate the opportunities to bring them together for another moment in time. But before that, each has to discover their own spiritual nature. With minimal influence from the ego, twin souls can simply be their open, honest selves. And the key to maintaining that bond is unconditional love. And that is why, in order to have a successful and long-lasting relationship with our twin flame, we first need to do a lot of inner work. So what is the difference between twin flames and soulmates? It's rather confusing, and it can be difficult to tell the difference between them, because especially at first, because they both include that sense of being familiar with each other and having that strong connection. Soulmates might also be someone we encountered in previous lifetimes, so this isn't a rule that just applies to twin flames, because both soulmates and twin flames involve growth and healing, and they are considered karmic relationships. Soulmates are people who have a strong bond with each other, whether they are romantic partners or friends. Twin flames are sometimes thought to be two sides of the same soul, or mirrors of one another. They are two people who have a strong emotional bond, usually as romantic partners, as a result of one or more shared past lives. The main difference is the idea that twin flames are two halves of the whole, where soulmates are not. So twin flames are considered to be one soul split into two bodies, and soulmates are two different souls linked together. Soulmate relationships are frequently more stable, with soulmates better suited as life partners or close friends. When it comes to twin flames, once the lesson is learned, the relationship's goal is usually accomplished. However, if the timing is right and each person has done the necessary work on themselves, they may be able to stay together for a very long time. So twin flames are the same soul split into two bodies. As I said, they resonate at the same electromagnetic frequency as one another, since they're identical. Soulmates are different souls that we meet on our path, and they are often sent to help us awaken and to challenge us so we can become a better version of ourselves. How will you be able to tell if you've met your twin? Here are a few of the indicators. Most likely, you'll meet because of a series of unique situations that are completely unplanned and anticipated. There is a strong and immediate sense that you've met before. You feel a strong and immediate bond with one another. There is an electrifying feeling between the two of you that words cannot describe, and it cannot be explained. Their eyes seem very familiar to you. Time and space have no meaning when you look into each other's eyes. The connection is instant, as if no time has passed since you were last together. The two of you are inseparable. Your conversations seem to go on forever, and you have so much to say to each other. You basically have a lot of catching up to do, right? The idea of being separated fills you with a lot of anxiety and sadness. Your feelings for each other have a spiritual quality to them. You are certain that you are brought here together for a reason. The relationship has a strong sense of purpose and meaning. The sexual chemistry and attraction are extremely powerful, and sex becomes a sacred act honoring your undying love for one another. So sex is not just sex, it's a spiritual union of the bodies, if you like. And it can be quite special. The level of intimacy and friendship that you two develop is unrivaled. You understand each other without even saying a word. There are many synchronicities happening all around you, and you even sense what the other person is feeling or experiencing, even if you are not physically present close to the person. It's almost like you can communicate telepathically. As a conclusion, these relationships do not happen by accident, nor is without purpose. I believe that we all make a soul agreement before entering this life. So whether you meet your soulmate or your twin flame, the main concept here is that people enter our lives for a reason, even if it's temporary, even if we don't understand the reasons why we met them. Everyone has something to teach us or something to offer to us, and we do the same for them. And by focusing on our own personal development, we can better serve the people in our lives, whether they are twin flames, soulmates, friends, or even family. The misconception that twin flames are supposed to complete each other can lead to an unhealthy dynamic in the relationship. It could lead to codependency, jealousy, or it could make us feel that we are not enough, that we're incomplete, right? It could make us feel depressed or lonely if we don't encounter these people in this life. The truth is that we are supposed to feel complete on our own, so meeting your soulmate or your twin flame is just a wonderful bonus. And if we don't meet them in this life, we will have a chance to meet them in the next life, because time is not linear, and I will discuss about that in depth in one of the future videos, so stay tuned for that. Finding your soulmate or your twin flame can be a wonderful and exciting experience, but the greatest gift you can give to yourself is discovering and loving your true self. There are 2 movies on this topic that explore the profoundness of twin soul union, and these are Somewhere in Time with Jane Seymour and Christopher Reeve from 1980, and one that I really enjoyed is called I Origins with Michael Pitt from 2014. So if you're interested in these kind of topics, I highly recommend these movies. If you want to try a past life regression to see if you met someone from this lifetime in a previous life, well, you are lucky, as I have recorded a hypnotic regressive session specifically for this, and you can find the video in the info box or in the description box below. Now, my darling friends, if you're still here with me, I would like to thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. I upload a new video every Tuesday, and next week I am planning on uploading a guided session of hypnosis for attracting your twin flame. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you very soon. Bye for now.